waste of time. Sometimes it amounts to that. I'm just trying to, like, each decision creates a precedent. So where should we go now from here?
As I keep saying, my lord, the order gets quashed if this honorable bench comes to the conclusion
then the nation will hold us accountable.
Necessary, notwithstanding the allegations made.
If you have finished, can we request the Attorney General? Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
I made my submission.
Have you understood, because you came in late? Let's just quickly recap everything. The petitioner made allegations in a speech to a bar. One is, you shouldn't speak to the bar at all, end of story, go home. The other is that the speech was so, whatever, it was not pleasant for someone or the other, and nonetheless it was made. Now the content is either true or false. It is admitted on all sides that the Supreme Judicial Council did not inquire into the matter. The word inquiry, Khan Sahib has said, is finds mentioned twice, 5, again in 2096, and 2097 says you can't remove it unless this. Okay? To proceed further, you have to inquire into the matter, not to finish a complaint. If the complaint was consigned to the record, that's not the issue. But when you are proceeding against a judge, then Khan Sahib has said, where is my due process? Where is my right to, if everybody comes before me asking for right to fair trial. Now we come to the situation, where do we go from here?
And the most important thing is that the allegation has been leveled against the institution, which is more important as far as I am concerned. ये इसके तहकीकात होनी चाहिए या नहीं होनी चाहिए, बस हवा में उड़ा.
और एक चीज और, ख्वाजा साहब has also said one more thing, something important. He said once he's been removed and he's attained the age of superannuation, the matter ends. Now we were hearing some other case.
Yes.
The same issue came up there also.
So my lord, as far as not following or not conducting the inquiry is concerned, that is contrary to law, and that to my mind would be malice in law, and therefore Article 211's ouster would not apply as far as this petition is concerned. 211, sir. Article 211.
What does it say?
Bar of jurisdiction.
Bar on jurisdiction, my lord.
The number of judgments you said.
So I think that's quite settled. So if the inquiry hasn't been followed, on the basis of it being there being malafide in law, Article 211 does not apply. Therefore, this court would have jurisdiction.
Malafide in law.
No, but malafide in law is basically if the process is not followed. If what the law or the constitution requires is not followed, it is malafide in law. Not in fact, but in law. So because if that is so, then this court has jurisdiction. So the court can proceed. The court can look into the movement.
We are not a substitute for the Supreme Judicial Council.
Of course you're not, but the question...
We can't say, okay, now please come and give oath and give it on statement,
this is
will cross-examine.
This is jurisdictional question. This is jurisdictional question. You're not going to inquire into the matter while sitting as a court. The Supreme Judicial Council's, it is Supreme Judicial Council's remit to look into that matter, but I am just only saying that this court has jurisdiction to hear the petition if the inquiry has not been conducted, 209, and the procedure has not been followed.
That bridge.
So yes. So once that is done,
where do we go from here?
Once that is done, now one fact which was alluded to, and there is a judgment, a two-member bench's judgment in Afia Sheher Banu Zia's case, PLD 2023 Supreme Court 510, wherein the two-member bench has held that if a judge has resigned or has retired, the proceedings, if while he was on the bench had commenced before SJC, they would abate. Now, the federal government, I had in another matter stated before your lordship that the federal government intends to file an appeal against that judgment.
Has it been filed?
Yes, my lord, it has been filed.
What number hai?
My lord, it has yet to be numbered. I hope it will be numbered today or tomorrow. Now, there are several problems with that judgment, and of course,
if the principle of that judgment is sustained, then it effectively cuts both sides. Then a judge who's been unconstitutionally removed can do nothing.
Now, so in this,
if in the meantime he retired, for instance,
so in this case,
he attained the age of superannuation.
So in this case, the distinction also is that after the judge was, the petitioner was removed, he had essayed those proceedings before this court, and he had not attained the age of superannuation at that time. So that distinction being there, but that needs to be revisited also by this bench or any other bench in order for the court to then pass the order of setting aside the Supreme Judicial Council's order in this case. Also,
yeah, I'm not clear with you. Are you saying that we should attach that case with this case?
I would submit so, my lord.
Achha. Okay.
And now, if the inquiry process has not been followed, and the allegation, now we don't know what
is remand permissible?
If, my lord,
if you are saying if Afia is sustained, then it probably may not be. Is that what I'm not understanding?
If Afia is sustained, then perhaps in this case, they may still have to, the petitioner may still have an argument to make, which is that he had not attained the age of superannuation when he had challenged the Supreme Judicial Council's order before this court. So there would be that distinction.
But I think there is a fact is that the list in some form or the other was before this court.
That's right. So that's what I was alluding to, that if there would still be a distinction as far as this particular case.
If we accept this petition, what will happen? So we'll simply
two things can happen. If my lords accept this petition and simply set aside the Supreme Judicial Council's order without remanding it, then he would be treated as a judge who had retired.
We are also concerned about the allegations. What would happen to the allegations?
Suppose, with due respect to the petitioner and his counsel, suppose we set aside the order and he is laughing. All that I said was false. Okay? Nation, I think I'm more concerned that every case we decide we have to keep half an eye out. Ke bhai iska implication generally kya hoga? You may want to do something, but it may have wide ranging implications. The other thing is, doesn't the nation want to know one way or the other? What is the position of the federal government on this? Wouldn't you want to, as they say, get to the truth of the matter?
My lord, so I just got called on short notice,
I know that's not fair.
But what I can state here is that now there are certain allegations which are made in this petition, and those allegations, from what I've understood while sitting here, have been denied.
Not some minor allegations, some serious allegations.
Those allegations have been denied, and now obviously this court cannot record evidence. Is not the forum for doing it. Is there a solution? The solution, my lord, is that in order to look at the entire matter in totality, if Afia Zia is overturned and this matter is remanded to, the order of the Supreme Judicial Council is set aside and the matter is remanded to Supreme Judicial Council, then as far as the inquiry of these allegations is concerned,